Welcome back. All right, so 4 games to report on tonight. If you're looking for the earlier games, they're already on the channel. Already done the recap. All right, so we're going to start off looking at the New Nashville Predators and the New York Rangers. And this one was over early. What a game by the Rangers. Absolutely ridiculous. Lankinen versus Halak. The Rangers have really become quite the bandwagon lately. Early press by the Rangers. That leads to a beast mode goal buried on the rush by Hedel. Miller and Halak with the assists at 2:37. So Halak has an assist on what turns out to be the game-winning goal. Shots are 3-2 Nashville at 5 minutes. Doesn't matter. Rangers press are kept to the outside until there's a tic-tac-toe goal. It ends up being Zibanejad from Panarin at 7:22. I swear there was a third guy in there, but anyways, it still shows Zibanejad from Panarin last I checked. The Rangers then press again, and they score again. It's Mott from Trouba and Miller at 8:14. That is 3 goals, or a little less than 6 minutes of the game. So the Rangers really in control. The Rangers get a power play. It then becomes a minute and 36 seconds of 4-on-4. The Rangers took that personally. They scored 4-on-4. Miller gets a goal from Trocheck and Panarin at 9:09. So Saros is in. And I don't know that Lankinen could have saved that anyways. I don't know that Saros would have if he'd been in. It was a 2-on-1 rush, and it was over to Miller. And I don't know what else you're supposed to do. If you're the goaltender, you play the guy with the puck. Your defenseman is supposed to play the pass. When you don't have defense, it gets a little more difficult. And Nashville did not have defense. Too many Preds on the ice gives the Rangers a 4-on-3 power play, and they score on it. It is Panarin from Zibanejad and Fox. It's 10:01. We are 10 minutes into the game. The score's 5-0. The Rangers could have started drinking at this point. I don't know if Nashville would have come back and won. At any rate, Miller then scores on what was the 8th shot of the game. They have 6 goals and 8 shots. Kakko and Goudreau with the assists. Oh, both Rabbits left. Okay. So at 13:36, that makes it 6-0. And yeah, that's the 8th shot. 6 goals on 8 shots. I mean, rookie level on NHL games, maybe, but in reality, at the NHL level, not so much. So we go to the second period with the Rangers up by everything to nothing. Early press by Nashville, more zone time for the Preds, but they need shots. The shots on net are 1 apiece at 5 minutes. We get a power play for Nashville. That's killed off. Miller then has a shot kicked aside before Kreider buries a rebound. Trocheck and Trouba with the assists at 9:02 to make it 7-0. We then have a power play for the Rangers. That's killed off. Glass had a rush chance that's saved. 20.2 seconds left. There's a power play for the Rangers, so we go to the third period. Early in the third, there's a breakaway for Sissons shorthanded. He ends up firing wide. The Preds do finish the kill. Kakko and Lafreniere are then denied back-to-back as the Rangers are pressuring for more, because why not? Near miss by Mott as the Rangers press. Fox is denied from the slot. Trouba to Zibanejad's picked off, so this could have been worse. You think about it, it's 6-0 after 1. This easily could have hit double digits, if not for Saros being pretty good in relief. Yeah, I don't know either. Anyways, shots are 7-2 Rangers halfway through the period. Mott then fires one wide from the slot, so Mott's all over it. Pressed by Nashville, 2.5 minutes left. They can't solve Halak. Your final score is 7-0. That is back-to-back shutouts for the New York Rangers. Only their 3rd of the season, the 1st for Halak, and the 53rd of his career. So now the Rangers 41-19-10 on the season. Nashville 34-26-8 with the loss. Last I heard, Nashville was in a playoff race, but I don't know that they know. Shots on net in this one, 11-6 Rangers in the first, 11-10 Rangers in the second, 12-6 Rangers in the third. It is fair to point out as well, Yossi out of the lineup for a Nashville team that's already depleted with some major injuries. That didn't help. So your final shots are 34-22 for the Rangers. Power plays, Nashville 0 for 1. The Rangers 1 for 4. The hits 20-11 for Nashville. Lankinen saved 1 out of 5. That's going to hurt the save percentage. Saros saves 26 out of 29 in relief. And again, for his 53rd shutout, Halak saves all 22 shots he faced. So, yeah, pretty impressive result. Next up, New Jersey against Tampa. And New Jersey tonight played like a team that had been beaten twice by the Tampa Bay Lightning, and they decided, and that's enough of that. Keep in mind, New Jersey on the road, they're fantastic. So it's Vanacek versus Vasilevsky. Best game I've seen Vanacek play in weeks. There's some pushing early in this one. These teams obviously not liking each other. Familiarity breeds contempt. Radish has a shot that's held. There's a power play for Tampa Bay. The Devils clear it out early. And then on a failed clear after the power play ends, Kucherov scores from Stamkos at 3:26. So just one of those plays where you try to get it off the boards and out, and it goes to the other team instead. Devils look to answer. Hischier has a net feed this block. The Devils press at 7.5 minutes. Ball had a screenshot that saved. There was a nice tribute for Palat. Remember, his return to Tampa Bay, he was part of back-to-back Stanley Cup champions. Dude's a hero, even if he is wearing New Jersey Devils colors now. And he even said, too, playing 3 games against Tampa in rapid fire like this has been great for him. He's really enjoyed it. So that happens, and then Hamilton has a shot that's held. Killorn's denied on a rush chance. There's a high stick on Meyer that was flat out missed. 107 left. There's a power play for the Bolts. So Meyer takes a penalty after having this high stick hit him. So this does happen. So that rolls over into the second period where the Devils do finish the kill. In fact, there's no shots in the second period portion of that power play as the Devils lead in shots 5-0 4 minutes into the period. Severson has a blast that's saved and cleared. Asimont has a rush chance that I have it listed as a save. I guess it wasn't listed as a save because when Killorn scores, it was listed as the first shot of the period for Tampa. Chernak and Cirelli with the assists at 6 minutes and 30 seconds. So it's 2-0. What does New Jersey do? They answer, and quickly. 9 seconds later, Bratt goes posting in from Heischer. Howell is then denied the next shift, but Bratt would get one through a screen in front. Siegenthaler and Hamilton with the assists at 9:22. So Hamilton continues his ridiculous scoring pace. Bolts press to respond. However, New Jersey would get the lead. It's Heischer from Hamilton and Bratt at 12:02. To this point, Tampa Bay has 2 shots. That's it. So 3 goals in that period for New Jersey, 2 shots for Tampa Bay. It's a 3-2 lead for the Devils. So Stamkos fans on a slot shot, and then it looked like Ian Cole hit the post, but the red light came on. It looked like it had gone in, and there was some debate about whether or not it hit the back post. And from one angle, it looked like maybe it had, but on a certain replay, a lot of them can look like goals. And the reality is, nope, it did hit the post. That's not a goal. Bolts press with 4 minutes left, with 1:11 left. Tampa Bay gets a power play. That rolls over into the third where the Devils finish the kill. We get a good back and forth. Then we get a power play for the Devils. That's killed off. Point has a rush chance that's saved. Mercer's denied. The Bolts cleared out. Meyer has a backhander that's caught and held. The Devils press at 8 minutes. Eventually they score. It's Nolan Foote with his first goal of the season from Sharon Govich and ball at 9:51. And he wired that one from a distance. That's one that maybe Vasilevsky should have had. Bratt nearly adds one with 4:07 left. The Bolts get a power play. That's killed off, but it takes 2 minutes off the clock as well. 52.5 seconds left. The Devils ice it. And then at 19:48, Jesper Bratt with his first career hat trick. I know he's sat on 2 goals in many games. It feels like it's been many where it's been close to a hat trick, not there. Timo Meier with the assist as well. So New Jersey wins this one 5-2. Nice victory. 45-18-7 with the win. Tampa Bay 44-23-6 with the loss. Shots on net 10 apiece in the first, 17-6 New Jersey in the second, 12-8 New Jersey in the third. Final shots 39-24 for New Jersey. Power plays the Devils 0 for 1. Tampa Bay 0 for 4. The hits 22-13 for Tampa. Vanacek 22 saves on 24 shots. Vasilevsky 34 saves on 38 shots. So New Jersey, they finally get that victory against Tampa, and these teams won't see each other again unless it's in the conference final. And based on how these games have gone, I wouldn't mind seeing them play each other again. All right, Winnipeg, a game they needed, right? Now, the good news is if you're a Jets fan, it doesn't look like Nashville right now has any drive to get into the playoffs, right? They lose that game in overtime against Winnipeg, and now they get absolutely annihilated by the Rangers. So for Winnipeg, there's not that much pressure on the team unless you think Calgary could come back and catch them. Now, Calgary tomorrow is playing in LA, so we shall see. So it's Hellebuck versus Hofer. I really wish Hofer didn't have a skate blade problem in this game, and you'll see why. So Ehlers' blast is held. Good start for the Jets. Hofer looked sharp. Again, shots are 4-0 for the Jets at 2.5 minutes. And then on their second shot, St. Louis scores. It's Kapanen from Leddy at 4:04. So it's 1-0 St. Louis. Not the best start for the Jets. And hey, the guys that St. Louis picked up for nothing or for not much are doing pretty well. Blues then look for another. They end up getting a power play. Kapanen's denied. That power play's killed out, killed off as well. So Ehlers has a rush chance tip wide. Niederreiter hits the outside of the post. We get a fight between Stenlund and Krug. Krug was getting an extra penalty, and so he just started slamming the glass with his stick. He went completely bonkers. And I don't know. I mean, Stenlund's stronger than him too, so it really wasn't much of a Stenlund versus Krug thing. So they threw Krug out of the game. It looked like it was a 10-minute misconduct initially, but no, they threw him out of the game. It was a game misconduct. So whatever he said, or just and I think if you can see the replay of him freaking out in the box, there's a woman that's sitting next to that penalty box. Her reaction to Krug freaking out is almost as good as Krug freaking out, but he's out of the game. So the Jets have a 4-minute power play. This is one of those turning points. Niederreiter's tonight. That's killed off by the Blues. They do kill that off. Hofer playing really well. Blues press after it comes to an end, and honestly, the Jets are pinned down in their own zone most of the last 2.5 minutes. Hellebuck poke-checked Saad late in that period, or else it would have been 2-0. So it's 1-0 St. Louis after one. Second period, Lowry passes, should have shot. This is one of those things you see with a team when they're struggling. Guys don't trust their own shot, and so they look to make the pass, or you get the players that are looking to get the perfect shot, right? Like, well, I could shoot from here, but I'm not certain to get a goal, so I'll wait. And we're starting to see that a bit with the Jets here. So early edge for the Jets. Hofer leaves for skate repair. He's out for just a little bit. Teams exchange rushes. The shots are 4-2 for the Jets at 7.5 minutes. Hofer makes his return, so Greiss made one save while Hofer was out. And then Walker at 10:39 scores for, or 10:34 scores from Falk and Brown. He buried it top shelf, and it's the first in 24 games for Nathan Walker. So good for him. 2-0 for the Blues at that point. Connor couldn't bury one as the Jets pressed. Then we had a fight between Ehlers and Schenn. I love Nick Ehlers' game. I think he's a solid player. I don't think he should be fighting Brayden Schenn. I think there's a lot of things he should be doing. I would have that near the bottom of the list of things he should be doing. Brayden Schenn, I think, could have told him a lot more than he did. It's just, it's not a great move. So anyways, that happens. It's the frustration the Jets are dealing with right now. They're down 2-0 after 2. Third period, Appleton's denied. We get some pushing. Shots are 2-1 Jets at 2.5 minutes. We get a power play for the Blues. Net feed to Kapanen is blocked. That's cleared out. And that was killed off. And then the Jets get a power play that follows that. Near miss for Wheeler. It's cleared out. That's killed off. 2 shots on that power play. Jets press at 9 minutes. Eventually, though, St. Louis gets another one. It's Jacob Vrana. He keeps up this really good goal-scoring pace he's got going with St. Louis. Kapanen with the assist at 12 minutes. So the guys they picked up either for nothing or for very little combined on that goal. Goalie pull early because the Jets are down 3 with 3:03 left. The Blues get a power play, so you got to put your goalie back in. It's killed off, but it takes 2 minutes off the clock, and then there's no point in pulling Hellebuck. The Blues hold on. They win 3-0. They're 31-33-5 on the season. The Jets 39-29-3. This one hurts. Again, if Calgary gets any kind of run going, the Jets are really vulnerable right now. There is not a Tony the Tiger magnet up there because Hofer shared the shutout. It's not officially a shutout for any one goaltender. Shared shutouts show up in record books, sure, but do we really say, oh, he had 40 shutouts and he had 2 shared shutouts as well? It doesn't get mentioned in a guy's career. So the shots on net are 13-7 Winnipeg in the first, 8-4 Winnipeg in the second, 13-6 Winnipeg in the third. Final shots 34-17 for Winnipeg. I think the quality of shots favored St. Louis while the quantity favored the Jets. Power plays, both teams 0 for 3. The hits 18-14 for St. Louis. Hellebuck saves 14 out of 17. Hofer 33 saves on 33 shots. This kid's good. I think this goaltender is going to be solid. And then Greiss made the save on the only shot he had. So next season for St. Louis, I think Hofer probably ends up being the backup for Binnington. And if he plays like this, he could steal Binnington's job. All right, last game to talk about here is the one everybody's going to be excited about, Vancouver and Anaheim. And yes, that's a Vancouver sticker that I got from the Canucks store that I turned into a magnet. So yeah, it is Canucks. It may be tough to tell on your phone. At any rate, it's Delia versus Gibson. Lundestrom got hit in the face with a puck early. That didn't look fun. I always think, man, I don't know. You know, I've had teeth pulled. I don't think I'd want them knocked out with a frozen rubber puck. I don't at like 80 miles an hour. That's like not something I'd want to have happen. So the Canucks press at 3.5 minutes. The shots are 4-1 in their favor at 5 minutes. They controlled most of this game, and they would get the lead. JT Miller, 98.8 mile per hour one-timer. He's definitely playing better. Hughes and Pettersson with the assists at 9:05. Quinn Hughes is putting up points at a ridiculous rate right now as well. Shots are 11-2 for the Canucks with 9.5 minutes left. Miller's denied as the Canucks press. Ducks press then with 5.5 minutes left. Besser has a chance that's caught and held. It's 1-0 after 1. Second period. Early power play for the Ducks. Miller has a blast that's held, and then Pettersson, his power play game is picked up as the season has gone along. He's up to what now? 86, 88 points? I don't know. It's a lot. He scores from Hughes and Miller at 131. So the only 3 Canucks that got points tonight, all of them got 2. And they're the guys who drive the play for the Canucks. It checks out. Canucks press at 4 minutes. Grant to Carrick. There's a near miss there. Shots are 4-1 Canucks at 6.5 minutes. We then get a power play for Anaheim. That's killed off. Just the 4 shots on that. Just 4 shots. Pretty good power play. Miller and Jones are unfriendly. The Canucks come out with another power play. That's killed off, and then they get another. So power play galore in that second period. We then, in a minute and 19 seconds of 4-on-4, everything's killed off. 1:03 left, we get another Canucks power play, what would prove to be their final one. Besser has a chance that's held. It's 2-0 after 2. Third period. Ducks finish the kill. Carrick tips one wide from the slot. We then had a power play for the Ducks. Vetrano has a shot that deflects out late in that power play. That's killed off. Canucks were having turnover issues in that third period. If it wasn't the Ducks, it probably would have cost them the lead. They probably would have lost the game. Just throwing that out there, you can't be turning over the puck as often, and not just how often, but where. From the slot and just at your own blue line. You can't do that. If they do that against, they've got a game coming up against Vegas. They do that against Vegas, they're going to be in some serious trouble. Kuzmenko has a net drive that's defended. There's a near miss for DiGiuseppe as the Canucks get some pressure. Long stretch without a whistle. Much like the LA game last night. And maybe this is going to be a talk-it thing. Maybe the Canucks are going to be one of those teams that we just, like the Islanders, there's not a lot of whistles. Maybe we'll eventually see not a lot of power plays, and it's just the game really flows fast. I'm fine with that. That doesn't bother me. So the shots are 4-0 for the Ducks with 8 minutes left. The Canucks had opportunities, just they weren't officially shots on net. Canucks press with 7.5 minutes left, but then Strome banks one in off Delia from Terry at 13-10. So Delia still a goaltender without a shutout in the National Hockey League. Canucks look to respond. Miller was in alone. He gets poke checked by Gibson when he is. Beauvillier's denied on a 3-on-1. The fans then call one. The referee does not. Goalie pull happens with 1 minute and 50 seconds left. With 1 minute and 6 left, there's an icing by the Canucks. So the Ducks wait a little while and they call a timeout, which just meant the Canucks got extra time to catch their breath and get ready to go out there and do it. And then Bear got dinged on a shot block. He looked okay. The Canucks hold on. They win this one 2-1. So they go to 31, 33, and 5. Same record as St. Louis with the victory. The Ducks 23, 37, and 10 with the loss. Shots on net in this one, 17-4 Vancouver in the first. 17-8 Vancouver in the second. Both teams had 6 shots in the third. Final shots 40-18 for Vancouver. Another 40-shot night for Gibson, although he's had a lot of 50-shot nights, so this might feel like a breeze. Power plays, the Canucks 1 for 4. Anaheim 0 for 3 as the Canucks penalty kill, which is historically bad, has been better lately. When you're historically bad, there's just take it with a grain of salt, but yeah, it's been pretty good lately. Hits 13-11 Vancouver. Delia saves 17 out of 18. And Gibson saves 38 out of 40. Just not enough goal support. So there you go. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.